47 banana floor pass with chestnut 9-power D-stroke and swinger of D-corner on 3.
That's the way to run, easy boy! It's the way to run! You gotta have more conviction than that! First down by 2 feet. 2 feet. He's got it easy. He's got it easy. I can see. Get him, Danny. Get him, Danny. Beat that rookie. Let's go, Saints.
Wide to the left. Gilliam in the slot to the left. First and goal from the 7th. And rolls to the right. Dumps it out. Good touchdown!
Good evening, and after last week's spectacle of the Rose Bowl, welcome back to the professionals. And starting this week, we get down to the really serious stuff, the playoffs, the road to the Super Bowl. I'm Nicky Horn, I'm with Miles Aitken. Tonight we present one of last night's first-round games.
Before we show you today's game, thank you very much for the presents, Christmas cards, competition entries, quizzes, poems, and fact sheet requests.
Now, to be honest, the response has been so overwhelming, it'll take us a little time to sort it all out, so please bear with us. Right, well, now to the serious stuff. The playoffs start with the top 8 teams from each conference going through 3 weeks of high drama. No second chances here. Lose your game and Super Bowl glory vanishes. This weekend, the American Conference playoffs look like this. The LA Raiders are in top place with the NFL's leading scorer and offensive rookie of the year, Marcus Allen. Last night, they took on the rebuilding Cleveland Browns.
In Miami, England's John Smith will attempt to kick the New England Patriots over the no-star but excellent team effort of the Miami Dolphins.
Later tonight, there's a titan of a match with the explosive offense of the San Diego Chargers and the Terry Bradshaw-driven Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Steelers always play tough in the playoffs, and they're at home.
Freeman McNeil, the league's rushing leader, and his fellow New York Jets play the powerful Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have last season's most valuable player, quarterback Ken Anderson.
The National Conference starts with Detroit traveling to the Washington Redskins. Now, the Redskins have already taken 2 of the year's most coveted awards. Mark Mosley, the record-breaking place kicker, was voted the most valuable player in the NFL, and Joe Gibbs was voted Coach of the Year.
The Green Bay Packers are at home to the sleepers of the tournament, the St. Louis Cardinals. But the Packers are not the same team we saw on our screens earlier in the season. They're without running back Mike Meade, who has a broken leg. And their wide receiver, John Jefferson, is playing with a wired, broken jaw. The rules of the playoffs are, if you can walk, you can play.
Quarterback Doug Williams will lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the land of the big boys, Dallas. The Cowboys are always playoff tough. After all, they do things big in Texas.
Rounding out the NFC, we find the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are riding high after their season-ending victory over the Dallas Cowboys. A strong Atlanta makes this one a toss-up.
Just a mention for 2 of the teams watching from the sidelines. The biggest losers have to be the Super Bowl holders, the San Francisco 49ers, proving that you just can't rest on your laurels in the NFL. And no, the Baltimore Colts never did win a game.
Right. So today, we see the playoff clash between Detroit and Washington. It's the first time we've seen the Washington Redskins, and they have the home field advantage, playing at RFK Memorial Stadium in front of a sellout crowd of 55,000 screaming fans.
Well, the Redskins have some of the most loyal fans in the whole game. Their stadium is the in place with the Washington set. Congressmen, senators, diplomats, and White House staff sit side by side with the people who vote for them. It's even rumored that Richard Nixon, when he was at the White House, sent the Redskins' game plans on official paper. Presumably he didn't trust it to tape.
Leave our illustrious leaders alone, Nicky, please. Well, the man writing the game plans for today's Redskins is Coach Joe Gibbs. Coach Gibbs has done an excellent job of blending the skills of quarterback Joe Theismann and receiver Charlie Brown. And let's not forget the toe of the year, Mark Mosley. This combination has given the Redskins the best record in the NFC. Their opponents, the Detroit Lions, led by workhorse running back Billy Sims, got into the playoffs with a last game defeat of the Green Bay Packers. We're going to join the CBS commentary team of ex-Dallas Cowboy quarterback Roger Staubach and Dick Stockton.
Today, Joe Theismann leads the NFC top-rated Redskins into the playoffs with a varied passing offense. Theismann can go deep to Charlie Brown in his first year, the man the Skins are counting on for the big play this afternoon. But in a tight game, Mark Mosley, named NFL's most valuable player, can mean the difference. Mosley set a record 23 consecutive field goals on this kick. He established the best field goal percentage in history. Mark Mosley, a big weapon for Washington. However, the underdog Detroit Lions have a major threat in running back Billy Sims, the NFC's #2 rusher, second only to Tony Dorsett. Sims can break tackles and pick up huge chunks of yards this way. But the Lions' key is the quarterback. Eric Hipple gets the starting nod today, and it was only last Sunday that Hipple displayed the added dimension of a running quarterback to help send the Lions into the playoffs. And so the NFC Super Bowl tournament gets underway, the Lions versus the Redskins. And there you're looking at Jeff Hayes, the rookie, who will be kicking off for the Washington Redskins, who like to wear the white uniforms at home here at RFK. And there is Alvin Hall, the leading kickoff returner in the NFC. Underway, playoff football, and Alvin Hall at the 4-yard line runs it out. Hall still going, breaks a couple of tackles, and brings it out nicely to the 36-yard line after a return of 32 yards. So a good return by Hall. Monty Clark, who is in the playoffs for the first time in his career, and his future could still be in doubt. It has not been a pleasant year for the Lions until last Sunday. And there you're looking at Hipple, 41.9%, and that's Leonard Thompson. And Thompson gets by one man and has a first down just shy of midfield. So they go to a wide receiver screen to Leonard Thompson, good for 12.
A wide receiver screen. What's that, Mark?
A screen play when the offensive line allows the defense to get by after a short delay. The offensive line then forms a running wall in front of the receiver who will run with the ball.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line, and Billy Sims gets into Redskin territory at the 48-yard line. A good pickup by Sims, and both Dexter Manley and Mark Murphy combined to make the stop. Sims, as we told you, was second to Tony Dorsett in the NFC in rushing, Rod.
Yes, that's right. The Redskins thought there might have been a loose ball there. There wasn't. They're very concerned about Sims. They feel that last year he ate their team all the way down the field, ate a lot of ground. He had 159 yards rushing last year, so they feel they have to stop Sims. Sims is their #1 concern.
They're playing a 3-4, the Redskins are. And up the middle, driving toward the 40-yard line. Billy Sims, he scored 2 touchdowns in that game as well against the Redskins last year. He has 35 career touchdowns, and the Lion record is 38, held by Terry Barr. So another first down. Billy Sims carrying the ball. Monty Clark told us yesterday that we may see Dexter Bussey or Horace King, the fullback, carry more than usual.
Yeah, they're going to try to use a little counter move with the fullback to keep the Redskins just keying Billy Sims, and that's, of course, a good move on the Lions' part. We'll see a lot of that today.
In motion is Tracy Porter, the wide receiver. Hipple's pass, Leonard Thompson. He beats a defender, still going. Leonard Thompson is at the 21-yard line and a first down. So the quick-looking passes and the runs inside. Jarris White and Mel Kaufman make the stop on Leonard Thompson, a 19-yard pickup.
Hipple fakes to the fullback just briefly, doesn't let the linebacker get back. Malott can't get back. He goes for the fullback fake, and Thompson comes into that little seam there. You got to drill it quick. You can't let the linebacker get back or the safety over. He almost breaks this. He kind of tripped up after he caught the ball. He had good yardage, good throw by Hipple.
Thompson, third in receiving this year for the Lions, has had a hot finish. 4 touchdowns in his last 3 games. It is first and 10 at the 21 of Washington. Lions moving smartly. Billy Sims trying to find some running room up the middle. Might have lost the ball. We may have a fumble. And he did fumble, and the Redskins recover. So all that for naught for the Lions. The Redskins recover a Billy Sims fumble. When the Lions were really moving the ball, Rich Malott made the recovery.
Well, Hipple doesn't like the call, but here's the play. Watch Sims comes inside. He starts inside, breaks outside, then comes back inside. There's number 52. Neil Olkowitz hits him, and the ball must pop loose underneath that pile-up, and the referees give it to the Washington Redskins.
Former Penn State linebacker Rich Malott, and a lot of fine linebackers have come out of State College. John Riggins and Joe Washington in there, and in motion is Rick Walker. Goes the other way on first down. Theismann on a screen to Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown on the move. A first down and out of bounds. Chased out by Alvin Hall. 17-yard pickup. Without Art Monk, Roger, they're going to have to rely on Charlie Brown for some big gainers today.
He's been a big play guy this year. 8 touchdown passes in 9 games. There's the fake to the fullback to keep the linebacker again from reacting to that screen. Let the guard get out in front, and you see the guard, big number 66, Joe Jacoby, the left tackle, gets out in front, and Russ Grimm, 68, the left guard, comes over there also. That's a good play, though. Both quarterbacks came out with screens. They're nervous, the quarterbacks. Let them hit that first pass, make sure and get some of that nervousness away, plus it turned into a good play.
At the 36, John Riggins may have lost a yard on the play trying to go outside. The Lions, very tough defense against the rush, but let's pick up the Washington offense for you. And Riggins, of course, the 33-year-old fullback who is starting along with Joe Theismann, the quarterback. Joe Washington, who comes in on passing downs. Alvin Garrett is playing in place of Art Monk and Charlie Brown, who has already made a good gainer. Don Warren, one of the tight ends. Joe Jacoby, Russ Grimm, Jeff Bostic, Fred Dean in place of Mark May at right guard, and the veteran George Stark at right tackle. 2nd and 11 at the 35. No score, first quarter. Wide open is Rick Walker, one of the tight ends on the Skins, but he's hemmed in and down. First man to get to him was Al Latimer, number 43. And looking at the Lions defense, as we said, awfully tough against the run. Number 1 rushing defense in the NFC for 3 straight years. Dave Purifoy, William Gay, Doug English, and Al Baker up front. There are 4 tough ones. Gary Cobb, Ken Fantetti, and Stan White, the linebackers. And in the secondary, rookies, Bobby Watkins and William Graham, Al Latimer, who made that play, and Alvin Hall. Curtis Green, number 62, has replaced Al Baker, who has a leg injury and was not expected to play too much. Joe Washington is in at running back. And in motion is Charlie Brown. 3rd and 9 for Theismann. He can roam, and his pass is out of bounds. Charlie Brown was there, but well out of bounds, and so it'll be 4th down, and the Redskins will have to punt.
That William Gay has had a great season for the Lions. He and Doug English on the inside put a lot of pressure up that middle, and that time Gay broke through and really forced Theismann out of the pocket. He almost got Charlie Brown on the sidelines, but it was a little bit too far, and he went out of bounds.
Jeff Hayes, who has averaged just 38 yards a kick, rookie from the University of North Carolina. And at single safety is Robbie Martin, who is 3rd in the NFC in punt returns and should see some action at wide receiver today. 4th and 9 at the 37. Hayes will punt from the 22. And the Lions coming in to attempt to block it. It is a short kick that bounces at the 37 and picked up and taken to the 37-yard line. Monty Coleman makes the stop, and not bad field position for the Lions. So for the second time, the Lions start from their 36-yard line. Play action. Hipple going up top for Porter. It's a short pass, but Porter had it and dropped it. Jarris White defending, but Tracy Porter had the ball in his hand.
That's one of those plays where you're doing a pretty good job on defense. The ball isn't thrown particularly well, and the receiver sees it first, and he adjusts for it. And the ball kind of hits him in the chest. He drops it. Jarris White had good protection till the ball was thrown on the other side, and of course that could have been a big play for the Lions.
2nd and 10 at the 36. And on the draw, Horace King close to a first down. Good call by Eric Hipple. Vernon Dean made the tackle on Horace King, who has been running as best he has run in years. 8-year veteran from Georgia.
Well, the Redskins mix up a 4-man front with a 3-man front. Look at that block by Amos Fowler, number 65, on Darrell Grant, 77. It really springs King up the middle, and excellent block at the point of attack. Homer Elias, 61, also gets a nice block, and of course that set up the big play, and Horace King is the decoy we talked about.
David Hill, Ulysses Norris, 2 tight ends. At the 46. Hipple takes it himself and appears to have the first down for Detroit. Dave Butts right in the middle to make the tackle. How about Dave Butts this year? The season he's had.
I think Butts really should be in that all-pro category this year, and he's been the main man in the middle. He just stops everything in the middle. He's like a big wall there. Plus, he's had 4.5 sacks, so he can get to that quarterback when he has to. But he's been a tremendous performer for the Redskins this year, and also a leader on that defense, and that's important. He's helped the young guys over there.
6'7", 295 pounds. dominant figure. Redskins are disappointed that he didn't make the Pro Bowl. I thought he should. 1st and 10 at the 47 for the Lions. Play action again. And this time it's Leonard Thompson wide open. He found the opening in the zone, and Thompson has a first down inside the 30-yard line. A 25-yard pickup to Leonard Thompson, who's looked good so far, and Hipple really drilled that one.
Yeah,
right.
Monty Clark said last night, play action will work against the Redskins. They're pretty aggressive with their linebackers. You can hold them a little bit with that play action. The linebackers can't get back. Also, Dean is playing pretty soft. He's back there giving Thompson a lot of room. No linebacker help with the fake, and of course, Hipple hits him on the money.
They keep mentioning play action. What's that all about?
Play actions are plays in which the quarterback first fakes a handoff to a running back and then passes the ball. The object is to make the defensive team think that the offense is executing a running play. Hopefully the receivers will then be open for the pass.
It is a 1st and 10 Lions at the Redskin 29 with 8:43 to go in the first quarter. Billy Sims, nothing, and lost a couple of yards. The Redskins are really keying on Billy Sims. Dexter Manley makes the tackle.
Well, this Redskin defense all season has been extremely tough. They've given up, I guess, the fewest points in the league. And, of course, today, the only people that stop the Lions are themselves with that fumble.
See what they do on this drive. 2nd and 10 at the 29. Lions have looked smart on offense so far. Hipple in trouble, but he can do this. And he vaults nicely over Tony Peters, and Eric Hipple gets to the 22, 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 4 yards for the Lions, but Hipple really ad-libbed well there.
Yeah, he's got good pressure, and as defensive backs, when you know you have a scrambling quarterback, you can't take your eye off that quarterback. If you have a man-to-man defense, you got to kind of look back. That's what Peters does. Peters was way downfield. He turned, looked, saw Hipple scrambling, and made the play and stopped him short of the first down, or he would have had a lot more yardage if it wasn't for Peters.
So it'll be 3rd and 4, and the man who put the rush on Hipple was Tony McGee, who's been in on passing downs. 3rd and 4 at the Redskins 23. Hipple intercepted, and he's off. Jarris White. No flags. Touchdown, Washington. Seven-yard interception.
Well, I tell you, that Redskin defense, they've done that. They have had a tendency maybe to give up some yardage at time, but they come up with a play. First it was a turnover and a fumble. And, of course, Monty Clark last night was very concerned about turnovers. That's the second one, and it's a big one.
Mark Mosley missed 3 conversions this year. 16 for 19, but this kick is perfect. And so, once again, the Redskin defense has told the story here, and 6:59 to go. 77-yard interception return.
Hipple's back. He's looking downfield. Now he goes out to the flat. There's Jarris White. He's in the zone out there. He's got help deep. Billy Sims was the man out in the flat. He picked it, stood there. He set it up just right. He hung back. He knew he had help deep. He hung up in that zone, made the interception, and of course, no one's going to catch him.
4th interception. He intercepted 3 in the regular season, acquired from Tampa Bay 2 years ago in a trade. 9-year veteran from Hawaii.
Right out in that flat, and again, Jarris White steps in front of Billy Sims, and number 45 is gone.
And that's the 3rd longest interception return in Washington history, and Jarris White did it. Eric Hipple, 1st and 10 at the 26. Going up top to David Hill, the tight end, and he drops it. He was open and dropped it.
Well, the play-action passes are really working for the Lions. This time, Hill gets behind the cornerback that was down there. Well, the cornerback that time, there's Tony Peters had him. man-to-man, and of course also number 57 got over there, Rich Malott. He hit him in a bad place, the hands. He just dropped the football.
David Hill got off to a slow start, but he finished strongly. Was used as a fullback in recent games. Was wide open there. Bonnie Coleman comes in the game for the Redskins at linebacker. 2nd and 10 at the 26. The draw play goes to Horace King. But King is stopped from behind by the middle linebacker, Neil Olkowitz. So far, if you look at time of possession, the Lions have had the ball just about 7 minutes. The Redskins less than 2. But the Skins lead it 7-0.
Well, we've got a shaken up Redskin there. Number 52, Olkowitz, their fine middle linebackers hopping off the field. You're going to take the wind come out of your sails a little bit there for the Lions. Boy, 2 excellent drives. They moved the ball very crisp, got down in turnovers.
3rd and 6 at the 30. Penalty flag is down. And the whistle blows. Flag was thrown downfield. Delay of the game against the Lions. Tom Dooley is the referee.
Delay of the game is when the offense fails to begin within the 30 seconds after the referee declares the ball is in play.
So instead of 3rd and 6, it's 3rd and 11 now for the Lions at the 25. And here comes the blitz, and Hipple fumble. Redskins, I believe, recover. They do. Darrell Grant recovered. And Vernon Dean, the right cornerback blitzing, made the hit.
Well, they had everybody coming, and this time there isn't a wide receiver out there, so Vernon Dean's up tight, close to the line of scrimmage, and he comes. You can't block everybody. The Lions leave Dean come through. He knocks the ball out of the hands of Hipple, and 77 in the middle of that pileup. Darrell Grant recovers the fumble.
Rookie Vernon Dean, second to Chip Banks as the top rookie defensive player. Quick toss to Rick Walker, and Rick Walker, nearing a first down, gets to the 11-yard line. Bobby Watkins, the rookie left cornerback, makes the stop. And there you're looking at Darrell Grant, who is an offensive guard and tackle before he was moved to the defense in the last game of last season, a 9th-round draft choice from Rice in his second year. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Redskins lead 7-0. 3 Lion turnovers that put him in trouble here. John Riggins, the lone running back. Rick Walker in motion. Here's Riggins. Nowhere to go. Lions awfully tough against the rush. I think every team has found that out, Roger.
Yeah, they've been tough against the rush. They also put a lot of pressure on the passer. If the passer has time, Theismann has time. He's got rookies in that secondary, and Graham and Watkins, and the secondary has been vulnerable for the Lions, but with that front 4, they've stopped the rush and put a lot of pressure on the passer. They've got 32 sacks this year.
Gary Cobb and William Graham made the tackle. Otis Wansley, number 39, a fullback with short yardage is in there. 3rd and 2, along with Clint Didier, number 86, who's in motion. Here's Riggins. He has the first down at the 4. 7th leading rusher in the NFC. Latimer and Graham came up from the secondary to make the stop.
Well, this is good blocking at the point of attack. There's Walker, number 88. This is where the ball's going. The point of attack, you got blocking by Jacoby, 66, Russ Grimm, 68, but the shutoff block by Walker, 88, lets Riggins gets outside, and Alvin Hall's not quite as big as those linemen, and Riggins gets a couple extra yards running into him.
1st and goal for the Redskins at the 4. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Theismann, Riggins, and he gets nothing. Gary Danielson, who started and played well for the Lions last week against the Packers, came out when Hipple engineered the winning drive. Could very well see action if Hipple struggles, but of course the interception might have been his fault, but not the drop pass by David Hill.
Oh, that first fumble. Hipple's moved the ball well, but he made a mistake. He misread the defense, and it cost him 7 points.
2nd and goal at the 4 for the Redskins. 3rd in the NFC in total offense. Again, he gets tough yards inside, but doesn't find much room. And Doug English, the Pro Bowler for the 2nd straight year, came up along with Al Latimer from the defensive secondary. English spent all of the 1980 season out of the game in the oil business, and he came back because he missed football, and he came back and didn't miss a beat, really.
If he came back because the oil business is having some problems, but he's had a great season for him this year. He's really come back strong, as you mentioned. He's got 6 traps this year, and he's been a force in the middle of that line.
It's 3rd and goal at the 4. The Lions have stiffened so far. Play action. Penalty marker is down. Theismann rush. Touchdown. Let's see what the call is. Don Warren on the receiving end, but let's wait and see.
Well, that was a good play, because on play action 3rd down, you're pretty much expecting a pass on defense, so the play action doesn't help a lot, but they completed it, but we have the penalty here.
74 offense, 3rd down.
That was George Stark, the 10-year veteran on an offensive line that features 3 second-year players and a 3rd-year center.
Okay, why wasn't that a touchdown?
The referee called illegal motion, and that is when the offensive line moves forward before the snap of the ball. In this case, number 74 moved too soon.
Giaquino goes in motion. Theismann fires, incomplete, intended for Charlie Brown. And it's 4th down, and so a Redskin touchdown nullified, and now they'll apparently try for a field goal.
Well, Charlie dropped that one. He wouldn't have scored there. He would have probably been tackled on about the 2, then a closer field goal for Mosley. But that penalty again was costly for the Redskins.
Mark Mosley, most valuable player in the NFL, will attempt this from 26 yards. His 40-yard miss against the Cardinals was the only failure of the year. He was 20 for 21. This kick is good, so Mosley makes good on the field goal and the Washington Redskins. On Mosley's field goal, with Theismann holding, have taken a 10-0 lead with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. 10-0 in favor of Washington.
You know, you were exactly right earlier. You talk about role players. This team has role players. They bring people in and out like it's a revolving door. And of course, Joe Gibbs said it takes 49 players to win for the Redskins.
2nd and 8. Theismann looking to go to the air. He's blitzed and down. Back to the 23. And it was Doug English. Every one of those starting 4, and keep in mind that Bubba Baker is not in the lineup today, can stop the run and really are terrific on the pass rush.
Don't miss him. Here's Theismann now. When he sees he's in trouble and he gets a lot of pressure, he's looking out to the left. The receiver is covered over there. He tries to scramble back to the right, but there's Doug English, big number 78, that gets the sack. One thing when you're down there, Joe, as a veteran quarterback, probably should have tried to get rid of that ball any way he could, because you could get out of field goal range. He moves back any farther than this.
First sack by the Lions, loss of 11. Bruce McNorton is in as a defensive back.
There's the blitz.
And Theismann going up on top. Caught. Touchdown.
Perfect.
Alvin Garrett. This is a play designed for Art Monk. Alvin Garrett, scouted by Joe Gibbs when he played at Angelo State in the NAIA, and now Monty Clark has a big problem on his hands.
Well, the veteran Theismann that time, I don't know if that was an automatic or if they recognized the blitz. Probably was some type of automatic.
Mosley's kick is perfect, and it's 17-0 Washington with 11:42 to go here in the second quarter.
The safety came, and it was probably some type of automatic. You run a quick streak. Watch the safety come from the corner of your screen there, number 33, William Graham. And this time, Theismann just lays the ball over Bruce McNorton, number 29. And Alvin Garrett's there. Excellent play, good call, and just execution was perfect on the blitz.
Only the 2nd reception of the season by Alvin Garrett. Alvin Garrett caught his first pass last week against the Cardinals, normally the 4th wide receiver. And the Redskins with a 17-0 lead, and Eric Hippo has to go to work in a hurry. 11:32 to go. In motion, Tracy Porter. The 4 and 5 Lions get a first down on the pass to Leonard Thompson. Mark Murphy and Vernon Dean make the stop. The Lions do not seem to have a bad game plan. They seem to be finding the seams in the secondary, and so what does Hipple have to do except hold on to the ball?
I think this early in the game, they've come out, they've executed well, they've got some good running plays. They just need to gradually move themselves back in the game. Don't try to make a lot of big plays and get back too quickly. Stay with that game plan. They've got plenty of time, and they've played well other than the turnovers.
As you saw, the second quarter has not been kind to the Lions this year. David Hill in motion. Hipple fakes, and going up top.
He's got a receiver there.
Leonard Thompson again has it and is out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mark Murphy defending on the play, and actually Thompson stopped to make that catch, even though he was defended by a couple of Redskins.
And Hipple got it out there. Hipple pumped a couple times. He wanted to hit Thompson immediately, then he stopped, and finally Jarris White broke on the down and in move, and Murphy gets back there, number 29. The ball was laid to the outside, and they gobbled up a lot of yardage that time.
43-yard gain by Leonard Thompson. Already having a pretty good afternoon. 1st and 10 Lions at the Redskin 14. Inside handoff to Dexter Bussey, who still is the Lions' all-time leading rusher, believe it or not. Sims is 4th. Bussey's been playing for 9 years, and Darryl Grant, the right tackle, makes the stop on Dexter. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. The ball at the 11. Because nothing would help the Lions cause more than for them to go in and come right back and score. Trailing 10 points is not by any means insurmountable at this point. Horace King, number 25, in the backfield. Hipple to King, and King holds onto the ball nicely. Trying to wrestle the ball away was the linebacker Mel Kaufman.
If you're getting beat 17-0, you've been dominated. Of course, it's very frustrating, but it hasn't been that way, and a touchdown here would, of course, get their attitude and mental alertness back into this game. But there's King, number 25. He just puts a move to the outside. He kind of butts into Quentin Lowry. They could have maybe called a pushing off on Horace King, but he caught the ball just short of a first down.
3rd and 2 at the 6. In motion, Thompson, and the pitch to Sims, who fumbles. It's Washington again.
Well, that's unbelievable.
Dexter Manley recovered the fumble. Butts made the hit, and Sims fumbles for the 2nd time. And the Lions, with their 4th turnover, really have to dig down deep. They're at the bottom of the well right now.
We've talked to both of these coaches. Both said our team have to be at an emotional peak, and we have to stay away from turnovers. Monty Clark really feels, and here's the ball stripped loose right there by Big Dave Butts, number 65. And Clark feels the team was very, very emotional, but the Lions have made the turnovers. The Redskins have taken advantage of it.
And 4th fumble recovery of the season for Manley, strong and fast, tied for the league in quarterback sacks. 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line for the Redskins. And John Wiggins gets the assignment to bring the ball out, and he does, to the 11-yard line. A gain of about 7, and frustration on the face of Monty Clark, who's coached with the 49ers as a head coach. Played 11 years as an offensive lineman with the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Browns. Has a first down, and Gary Cobb tried to strip the ball away from Riggins from behind. And Fred Dean, starting at right guard, really engineered a good block for Riggins. The turnover story. When the Redskins last year were 0-5, that was their turnover, 4.2, and they've held on to the ball.
Well, that makes a big difference in a team. And Joe Theismann, as Joe Gibbs has mentioned, one of his big things this year is staying away from the critical turnover and being the leader in that offense.
They've lost only 5 fumbles. Riggins carries again. This time gets a couple of yards. So Riggins so far has carried 11 times for 47 yards. And that's over 4 yards per carry. Coming in, average just over 3 yards a carry. Cobb and English, the tackle.
It happens on a football team when one of your units are making mistakes. The offense is making mistakes, and it's affected the defense. The defense, so tough against the run, has let the Redskins get out from their goal. They're on about the 2-yard line, and course, they've run the ball to the 25.
2nd and 7 at the 26 with 7:39 to go, and on a reverse, here's Rick Walker, number 88, the tight end, and Walker maybe stopped shy of the first down at the 34-yard line. So Rick Walker carrying. Curtis Green and Ken Fantetti make the stop. Walker caught his first touchdown pass of his career last week against the Cardinals, a 25-yarder. Joe Gibbs with the headset on. He has learned under some great ones, Don Coryell, John McKay, Frank Broyles in his career. Riggins and Otis Wansley, number 39, are now the running backs. And it's Riggins. He doesn't make it, I don't believe. Lions clog up the middle with William Gay, the left tackle that you were talking about, Roger, and Ken Fantetti, the middle linebacker.
It's going to be awfully close here.
Appeared to have been stopped short, and if so, it'll be 4th down for the Redskins. Theismann checking the placement.
Joe thinks he made it. He's back there clapping his hands a second ago.
Well, they appear to be short by that much. So Theismann comes out, and Jeff Hayes will come in to punt. Gary Danielson waiting in the wings. It's been a game of musical chairs for Lion quarterbacks this year. There's Robbie Martin, who was acquired from the Pittsburgh Steelers on waivers. That was last season. And Hayes, the punter. 6:35 remaining in the first half. The Lions have had some golden opportunities, dominating the ball, but they've been coughing it up. Robbie Martin at the 33 gets a running start and is stopped at the 43-yard line by Greg Williams. 35-yard punt by Jeff Hayes. The Redskins lead 17-0. Jarris White, a spectacular 77-yard interception return of a Hippo pass. Mark Mosley, a field goal after a Hippo fumble, and then Alvin Garrett caught a 21-yard touchdown pass from Joe Theismann. The Lions have had chances, no question about it. They go 1st and 10 on their 41, and going up top for David Hill, incomplete. Covering on the play for the Redskins was Tony Peters.
This is a play thrown right down the middle of the tight end, David Hill, number 81. You got the two safeties are off out of the screen right now. Olkowitz is taking him down the middle and does a pretty good job. Hipple can't put the ball where he wants to early enough. He lets the safety get over there, 23, Tony Peters, who really pops Hill, but Olkowitz did a good job from his middle linebacker position. He was responsible for the tight end. The play action right here doesn't hold to Olkowitz. He does a good job, and of course that's what happens to the quarterback after the play.
Hipple's pass to Billy Sims out of the backfield, picks up maybe a yard, and that's all, and Mark Murphy put the seal. Hipple is 6 for 12 for 121 yards, but Leonard Thompson is responsible for 115 of those yards with 5 catches. He's been the only effective receiver for Eric so far.
He's a big play guy. He's got 4 TDs for the Lions this year, and there's the guy, Art Monk. Boy, I tell you, there's a receiver, big 3rd down receiver, excellent blocker. He's got that broken toe on his that he hurt last week playing, and he'll be out probably the entire playoffs.
Joe Lavender is a nickel back at 3rd and 9 at the 42. Billy Sims looking for room, and he's not going to get it. Not even close. He is stopped at the 41-yard line by Rich Malott, number 57, and Mark Murphy. Malott, who has worked for the U.S. Census Bureau and for a Virginia congressman, as many of the Redskins do in the offseason, working in the nation's capital. He inherited Chris Hanberger's role as the right linebacker in his rookie year. Hanberger, of course, one of the greats in Redskin history. Skladany will punt. His 2nd of the game upcoming, and Mike Nelms at the 15. Nelms playing despite a pulled thigh muscle. Another low snap. Skladany gets off a good high spiral. Inside the 15 for Nelms. And Nelms breaks a couple of tacklers, and only Skladany is back. And Skladany brings down Nelms at the 49-yard line of Detroit, but a fine run back by Nelms. 38 yards, and Quentin Lowry, number 56, threw a key block on that return.
Nelms has done it time and time again. You think he's trapped right here, you got everybody in the way, but he just breaks through. A lot of blue jerseys were kind of looking, waiting for someone else to do the job, and you can't do that. You've got to do the job. Nelms takes advantage and moves down the sidelines, and it's only Scoldani that brings him down.
3:15 to go in the first half. In motion is Rick Walker. Theismann slipping momentarily, completes the pass to Alvin Garrett.
There's a Pro Bowler right there.
Last year, the only Pro Bowler on the Redskins, and this year, they've got a lot more. Tony Peters and Joe Theismann, Mark Mosley, Charlie Brown along with them. It's at the line 25. And John Riggins off the left tackle. Riggins in his 11th year, first-round draft choice by the New York Jets, picked up as a free agent by the Redskins. He was injured in '79, was a comeback player the next year, and then a couple of years ago sat out as a holdout. Tough day so far for Billy Sims, who has coughed the ball up twice. Tough defense. 2nd and 6 at the 21. In motion, Rick Walker. Theismann to the end zone, out of bounds. The intended receiver was Alvin Garrett. Theismann has completed 7 of 10 for 77 yards today. He originally was a Miami Dolphin draft pick, then went to Canada, joined the Redskins in '74. 3rd and 6 now for the Lions, who are trying to stop Roger, I guess, the Redskins, and limit them to a field goal at best.
This down here, of course, will determine whether it's a field goal or going for the touchdown, and the Lions, to stay in the game, have to stop him here.
Nick Giaquinto is in motion. Here's that same pass again, and the same result. Touchdown, Alvin Garrett.
Now that's a frustrated Bruce McNorton back there. You saw him throw some sod back into the ground, and it's a jubilant Alvin Garrett. Joe Gibbs really likes him. He saw him out at San Diego and liked him there, and he stayed watching him for a few years. He came over from the Giants, but Joe Gibbs likes him, and Joe Theismann sure likes him today.
He's not big, 5'7", 178 pounds. And Mark Mosley adding the 24th point to the Lions. He told us yesterday when we talked to him that Alvin Garrett's a tough player, and he felt that he could step right in, otherwise he wouldn't use him. How happy he is. Alvin Garrett from Angelo State in his 3rd year.
He's quick. He's a great specialty team guy. That's what they thought they'd use him for, primary in the specialty area. But here's Theismann again. It's the quick fade, man-to-man on McNorton. McNorton turns his back right here. A perfect pass. Leads him just right, and Garrett, of course, concentrates, looks it in. His 2nd touchdown.
Both were 21 yards. They were really instant replays of each other. And the Redskins have opened up a 24-0 lead.
See, there's 29. He's got him all the way. He bumps him once. He can't hit him again past 5 yards. There's Garrett having that step, and the ball's perfectly thrown.
1:49 remaining in the first half. The Redskins 24, the Lions nothing. Alvin Garrett, the hero on this NFC playoff afternoon. In motion, Rick Walker, and a lot of the motion has gone the other way. And this time, Curtis Green pursues and actually manages to get Riggins for a loss back at the 27-28 yard line. So Curtis Green, in his 2nd year from Alabama State, playing in place of the injured Bubba Baker. He's got a lot of speed, does Curtis Green. 3rd and 9 for the Redskins. At the Lion 28-yard line, Joe Washington comes into the ball game. Nick Giaquinto, number 30, also in there. In motion, Brown. Theismann. Touchdown, Garrett. Again. That's 3. But this time, Roger, he beat Bobby Watkins.
Well, they're going to have a parade down Pennsylvania Avenue for Alvin Garrett. That's 3 touchdown passes. He was hurt and banged up a little bit last week. Of course, they lost their great wide receiver, Art Monk, who's out with a broken toe. And Alvin Garrett has filled very nicely.
It is 30-0. And Mark Mosley, as the Redskins, taking advantage of early turnovers, are rolling over the Detroit Lions. 31-0.
You know, the motion and the movement of the Redskins are confusing the defensive backs, I believe, of Detroit. This time Garrett started run towards the post. He broke back out to the corner. And Theismann threw the ball right here. It's just a perfect throw, right on the money. But Garrett beat his man to the outside. And he did his job just, of course, getting open. And Bobby Watkins, number 27. Watch Watkins right here. He's got to run with Garrett. Garrett makes that little move to the inside, breaks to the outside, and Watkins just can't catch up. He just beat him.
Alvin Garrett, 5'7". The other receivers, Virgil C., who's 5'8", Charlie Brown, 5'10". They call them the Smurfs. And any youngster will know what that means. Third quarter, 31-0. The Redskins lead. Up top to David Hill, and Hill holds on this time. Hill to the 10, and he's in for the touchdown.
There's a penalty, though. We got a penalty back.
What else can go wrong for the Lions?
Nothing.
That's about it.
They've had everything today.
64-yard play will be called back. Tony Peters, Pro Bowl strong safety, was beaten by Hill. Let's hear it from Tom Dooley.
Face mask, 72 offense, second down.
Face mask penalty. We didn't get who that player was.
Yeah, 72 was Chris Dietrich.
Yeah. Dietrich and Don Greco replaced Baldishwile and Bollinger in the offensive line for Detroit. 2nd and 15 at the 31. Joe Lavender is a nickel back for the Redskins, leading 31-0. Can do pretty much what they want on defense. Nothing's going their way. Hipple on the run, completes the pass to Tracy Porter. It'll be a first down, 20-yard pickup for the Lions. Last year, the Lions had the #1 ranked offense in the NFC, and this year they come in with the lowest ranked attack of the 16 playoff teams. They've lost 7 in a row to the Redskins and 0-9 in Washington. Heading for 0-10. 1st and 10, Lions at the Redskin 48, 10:23 to go in the third quarter. Pat Ogrick, number 75, has replaced Dave Butts, who may be shaken up on the sideline. Billy Sims, we haven't seen him carry the ball for a while, picks up 7 yards. But our hero on offense is that man, Alvin Garrett. Tough, doesn't have much size. Originally was a 9th round pick by the Chargers and the New York Giants. Texas. San Angelo, or Angelo State, we should say. 2nd and 3 at the 41. Horace King may have a first down. Neil Olkowitz is right there. Redskins have held the opposition under 200 yards for 3 games in a row coming into this ball game. 1st and 10 at the 38. 9:13 to go in the third quarter. And Hipple going for Freddie Scott, who was not expected to play. Freddie Scott injured a knee, and coming out in the second half, the veteran from Amherst stopped by Jarris White following a 14-yard pickup and another Lion first down. Dave Butts is coming back in the ball game. He was shaken up. Seemed to have hurt his right hand, but Butts is coming back, having his finest season. Lions 1st and 10 at the 24 of the Redskins. Exactly 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Hipple chased by Butts. And Manley gets him from behind. Penalty marker is down right now for you fans. The face mask call, this time against Washington. There's Joe Theismann.
I had a chance to talk to Joe yesterday, and he really is confident about this football team. He said it takes us all working together. He feels that, of course, the season has gone well. He was concerned about the playoffs to keep the momentum going. Today he has nothing to worry about. 3 touchdown passes, all to Alvin Garrett.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Here's the blitz, and it's going to work because Dexter Bussey is hit by Neil Olkowitz head on.
Anytime you get down to that plus area and close to that goal line inside the 20, you can expect a lot of blitz. You have to be ready for it. First down was a good time for the Redskins, and they caught Detroit in a perfect offensive play against the blitz.
Mark Murphy was rushing on the play. Neil Olkowitz from Maryland hasn't gone far from his college days to play professional. He also recovered 3 fumbles this year. 2nd and 14 at the 15-yard line. Hipple's been the leading rusher for the Lions in this game, and all alone is David Hill. Touchdown, Detroit. No penalty markers are down. Tony Peters, who was beaten before by Hill on the 64-yard touchdown pass called back, was beaten again. Ed Murray, who was a perfect 16 for 16 in conversions with Hipple holding him. Adds the point after touchdown. So with 8:07 to go, it's 31-7. David Hill, second leading receiver with his 5th touchdown reception of the year.
He breaks out to the corner. He's on Tony Peters, number 23, man-to-man defense, and he beats him. He beat him earlier for a touchdown that was called back. He also dropped a pass, but here, no flags, no drops, touchdown.
Well, his joy was short-lived. There was no more scoring, and Washington go through with a final score of 31 to Detroit 7. Well, now, the rest of the results. The Green Bay Packers thunder down the Super Bowl road. They thrash St. Louis 41-16 with plays like this.
JJ, John Jefferson, first touchdown reception of the year. He doesn't stop at the goal line. He goes all the way to the guys in the front row in the end zone. Low fives all around, 7-3 Pack. Otis Anderson had 8 carries for 58 yards. Nicky just getting warmed up. James Lofton right to the post, 14-3 Packers.
Cleveland 10, the LA Raiders 27. Super player Marcus Allen completely dances around the opposition.
If Marcus Allen, 2 TDs on the day, why, is he the Rookie of the Year? That's why. Raiders lead 10-3 after the point after late second quarter. After a Charles White fumble, Plunkett looking for Todd Christensen. Plunkett was 24 of 37 for 386 yards, including that catch plus the hit, 31 yards to the 8. That sets up Allen's second TD.
The Dolphins, almost 450 yards in total offense. They crushed the Patriots 28-13.
And that means New England's kicker, John Smith, will be joining us here in London for our 2 Super Bowl programs. The play looked like this.
Look at the strong arm from Woodley to Tommy Vigorito, a 23-yard gain down to the 25. The Dolphins punch it down to the 3 where Woody Bennett goes off for right guard. And the Dolphins lead 21-6. This kind of day for Kenneth Sims. He was hurt sitting on the sidelines. Mama said there would be days like this.
Well, don't forget our competition is still running. The prize is a Super Bowl evening with us in our London studio on January the 30th. If you've already entered and today's results mean you lost, don't worry, there's still time to enter again because the closing date is January the 14th. If you haven't entered, all you have to do is use your skill and judgment and with a little bit of luck, predict the 2 teams who will make it to the Super Bowl.
Please send your entry to Cheerleader Productions, 36 to 44 Brewer Street, London, W1R 3FW. And please remember, postcards only.
And good luck. And don't forget, the closing date is January the 14th.
Now, if you want to know the results of the games being played later tonight, Nicky will be able to give them to you right after the basketball game tomorrow.
Indeed, I will. So it's the end of the Super Bowl road for New England, St. Louis, Cleveland, and Detroit. And we leave you tonight with the lady who sang the American national anthem at last year's Super Bowl, Diana Ross. And the lyrics of this could be a loser's lament.
Good night.
Good night.